An all-women's college is in a little bit of trouble after they measured the BMI of all of their female students and then sent an email to those with elevated BMIs, letting them know about a weight loss class that they're offering.
Are you
this
kidding?
This is Bryn Mawr College.
Bryn Mawr.
And the email that the women with elevated BMIs received had the following subject line. Basically, it said, "Give a hoot." And then the email invited students to sign up for a weight loss program that was eligible for PE credit and run by athletic facilities, the health center, and dining staff. The email described the program as a fitness program for students with elevated BMIs. So the students weren't too happy about that because they felt that they were being fat shamed. I think we might have a little bit of disagreement about this, but let me tell you what some of the students said. One said, "Dear Bryn Mawr College, sending your students a message inviting them to take a weight loss class because they're on a list of students with elevated BMIs is not ethical, it's problematic, it's hurtful, it's just plain stupid. My first reaction to this was obviously horror. I felt awful to be targeted like that. I felt like it was an incredibly impersonal email and just incredibly unethical to receive something like this. I just thought of all the other students that might have a problem with weight who received this email and how horrible they must feel." Okay, so I'm going to open it up to you guys. I have my own thoughts on it.
Okay, first of all, I am relieved to find out that I am not fat. I just have an elevated BMI. I am an EBMI American.
What is that?
Elevated
BMI.
BMI.
Elevated
Yes,
BMI.
That's what I am. Okay. You think we're going to have disagreement? I'm curious. This is obviously a boneheaded move. You can't measure the girls and guys and then send a fat email.
I'm offended by give a hoot, because that's the don't pollute.
Yeah.
Give a hoot, don't pollute.
Yeah, they're
And
kind of, that's
it makes
they're
them sound
appropriate.
dirty.
Yeah.
Like you're dirty because you're overweight.
I think that their intentions were good, and I think everyone needs to calm
Really?
down.
Wow. That's interesting.
I'm actually surprised that you guys think that this is like as terrible as everyone's making it out to be. Look, I know people are going to hate on me. They're going to think that I'm fat shaming. I don't think that this is fat shaming. I think this is, hey, you know what? Why don't we all get healthy and why don't we take a class together and learn about nutrition, whatever. I don't think their intention was to be like, you're fat. We all think you're fat, right? I think the whole thing about taking BMI as the end-all be-all of health is wrong, right? Maybe there are other ways to do it. Okay.
Bones are thick as you
But okay, so we're in like this weird place in the country, right? Where we have this obesity epidemic, but then every time you try to talk about it and how we need to be healthier, like people get really hurt.
Okay.
And so you're not allowed to bring it up?
Bryn Mawr's a private college, so I think the public policy issue of weight and health it belongs in the public domain. But what's ironic about this is that they sent this thing and it's cute and it says give a hoot, but every woman knows, like when she says, "Do I look fat in these jeans?" and you go, you know, it's like you're not commenting on the jeans. You're killing them with criticism. You're killing a woman when you go like, "Are you wearing that? Or did you get," you know what I mean? And they innocently said, "Give a hoot," but they might as well have sent a brochure that said, "Hey, you do look fat in those jeans."
Yeah.
So maybe it would have been better if they sent it to everyone without
Definitely.
doing
Yes,
it.
yeah.
Like that I would be fine with. But also, look, I think that if someone that cares about you tells you like, "Hey, let's get healthy together," it's not fat shaming. You know, fat shaming is pointing a finger at you and being like, "You're fat, you're ugly." That's not what the college did. The college was like, "Hey, we have this class available."
That's how it feels probably to someone who was selected from a population culled from medical data, and then, "Hey, did you get the fat brochure? What are you talking about?" "No, I didn't get it. I got it. I'm fat and you're not." You can just imagine like the back and forth between.
I have, I think, a unique stance on this, which I think that it's both. That it's fat shaming and sometimes fat shaming is okay. So let me explain. Okay, so that's even more controversial. So Steve-O used to do this to me. Okay, so Steve-O is part of the company. You see him on air every once in a while. He's known as the audio guy. He's actually the COO of the company. Anyway, and we grew up together. And when I weighed a lot, as opposed to now, he would make fun of me. Like, fat ass, you fell down on the basketball court when you were spinning around because your force of your gut was like, dragged you down, right? He didn't do that because he's an asshole, only half because he's an asshole. He did it because we've known each other all this time, and he wants me to lose weight. He knows that if I lose weight, I'm going to be healthier, I'm going to get laid more, etc. He's looking out for me.
He's really concerned about how often you get laid.
Well, as friends, I don't know. We are, like, back when we were single, you want your friends to get laid, right? Unless you're going to have sex with the woman you're trying to have sex with. But anyway, so look, I'm with you, Anna. We gotta have a conversation, right? You might not want to go the Steve-O approach. That's too harsh. And that's a judgment call you're gonna have to make based on how close a family or friends that you are. But Bryn Mawr is not their family and friends. It's not a guy they grew up with for 30 years, right? So if you're gonna try to help people, then I'm with Jimmy. You gotta send it to everybody. And you got to say, hey, I'm going to give you PE credit if you guys take this nutrition class, et cetera. You make the call on if you think you need the class, right? Or whatever. I mean, you don't even have to say that. You just have to offer it up to everybody. You can publicize it, et cetera. But when you send the email with the elevated BMI,
what if the
1,000%,
I'm just thinking, what if the DMV went by the weight on your driver's license and selected people who were, say, women over 185, got a letter? And you know what I'm saying? How would that make you feel?
I don't know.
Like
I think
that they used the data. It will lead to widespread lying of weight on driver's license is what it would lead to.
I don't know. Like, first of all, I think I just come from a different perspective because I did ballet for such a long time. And I was like 4 years old the first time I was told that I was overweight. You know what I mean? And so I was always aware of weight. I was always aware of being healthy, whatever. And like, it didn't, I know that for some people it'll destroy them, right? It didn't destroy me. It just made me aware of my eating habits and my exercise habits and all of that. And honestly, like, people are gonna hate this. I'm happy that I went through that because I feel like if I hadn't gone through that, I wouldn't have the discipline that I have now. I wouldn't have the education that I forced myself to learn so I could be healthy and live a healthy life for the rest of my life.
But Anna, not everybody reacts the same way.
No,
right?
I got it.
So for me, the Steve-O boot camp worked. At that point, I lost 65 pounds. Okay.
At 65?
65 pounds.
Wow, you were really fat.
Yeah, I was 250, and I went down to 185, right? And you know what happened? He was right. I got laid a lot more. Okay. Okay. So but everybody reacts differently, right?
No, I got it.
And you can make that judgment call if you're family, your friends. You can't make that judgment call on a mass scale if you're a university.